So we've been talking a lot about, the rockets of desire, et cetera. My question really has more to do with kind of framing the whole foundation and really the concept of time and how you look at that, both kind of in short term and also in the continuum. Meaning that you've talked about eternity, et cetera. Just curious, kind of this concept of time.
Well, time is perceptual, and so time requires a perceiver. And one of the reasons that participating in this time and space is because both the space, which you're perceiving through your physical senses, and the time that you're perceiving through your physical senses gives you a unique and specific and therefore really beneficial opportunity for focus. Time exists in the larger scheme of things for the purpose of focus. Some people say that there is no time, and we say there certainly is time because you're perceiving it, and you have calendars and clocks and your ways of measuring it for the purpose of focusing. But we also like to say that all of your power is in the present, meaning that in this moment in time, in this moment where we're focused together, so it's this time and this space where we're focused together, there is an intertwining always of non-physical point of view, who really is timeless, and physical point of view, which is aware of time. So your awareness of time combined with your inner being's knowledge of eternity makes for this perfect union of motion forward. When we talk about present tense from our perspective, we're talking about the vortex where all of the dynamic cooperative components are gathering together. Humans rarely are talking about the vortex when they talk about now. When they talk about now, they mean where they're standing right now and what they're seeing and what's already manifested. And so right there, we have a sort of disagreement is not the right word, but difference of opinion is the right word, where our awareness of now is what you've activated and what is actively and dynamically gathering while you're focused on old news. You're focused upon what has culminated while we're focused upon what is culminating. So we're always trying to get you to come with us where you can feel and perceive. So as we talk about this vortex, which is a real experience, but it's not a place, it's a state of being. And you can't observe a state of being with your physical senses. So you have a hard time calling it now, but you can observe this vibrational reality with your emotional guidance system. You can feel it. You can't see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it, but you can feel it. And if you will let yourself feel it often enough and long enough that you get your momentum focused here with your inner being, with this higher and higher frequency and vibration, then as what it is begins to waft into your conscious awareness, you begin to see it. That's what imagination is. You begin to hear it. That's what guidance is. You begin to feel it. That's what impulses are. It can begin to feel like now for you. That's the exhilaration that we are feeling so profoundly. This is where we know the benefit for all of you is over the next days and weeks. That as you know, because your objectivity and your logic and your resonance with what we've been talking about here gives you this knowledge base that you know that this vortex exists, and you know that you have an inner being because you've been feeling emotions, which lets you know how the gap is. And if there is a gap, then there must be a reason for it. If there is negative emotion, it must mean there's another perspective. As you get that, as you really understand that, then this knowing holds you steady in this steady place, where as you're in this steady place, then your perception of all of it is so much more satisfying. So we've been saying already here today, and before, and before, and before that, that this business, this basis, we liked your opening words, of thoughts turning to things, thoughts turning to things, thoughts turning to things, thoughts turning to things. Humans don't want to start noticing it or calling it now or real until it has turned to things. But we want it to feel real all along the way to you. We want this to feel like reality and this to feel like reality. We want the way you feel to be as important to you as the manifestation that is certain. Did we get there for you?
Yeah, partially. And here's the other part of it is really the contradiction in trying to understand. About a year ago, I had an opportunity to do a past life regression with someone. And literally they took me through an exercise where I went and I saw vignettes of 6 former lives that I had. And what was interesting was it's not that they were consecutive in any way. They actually kind of were over the same 200-year time period.
Here's the thing about that, and here's the confusion about that. We don't know, and you don't either. You don't know if it was your past life or someone else's. But one thing is certain. It was a vibrational match to the vibration that you've got going on. It matched what you've got going on vibrationally. So it was part of your attraction. It wasn't past life that is being reintroduced to you. This is a really good time for a segment of refreshment.